Trump put on stand, fined $10,000 by judge at fraud trial for violating gag order. New York. The Manhattan judge presiding over Donald Trump's fraud trial put the former president on the witness stand Wednesday to defend his inflammatory out-of-court commentary, a remarkable turn that saw the judge reject Trump's explanation and fine him $10,000. The development, which produced gasps in the courtroom, came after Justice Arthur Engoron learned Trump had seemingly disparaged the judge's clerk in violation of an order not to comment on court staff. Trump had not testified in open court in years, but he found himself on the witness stand for about 3 minutes after telling reporters Wednesday morning that Engoron is very partisan, and has a person who's very partisan sitting alongside him, perhaps even much more partisan than he is. Trump is free to criticize the judge, but Engoron ordered all parties involved in the case not to publicly comment on his court staff after he posted an incendiary missive on Truth Social featuring identifying information about his principal law clerk Allison Greenfield on October 3, claiming inaccurately she was dating Senator Chuck Schumer, a New York Democrat. The former president's lawyers insisted his Wednesday comments had referenced Michael Cohen, who had been testifying in the witness box below where the judge sits beside Greenfield, who plays an active role in Engoron's courtroom. After talking with Trump and his lawyers privately during the lunch break, Engoron said he wanted to question Trump publicly once court was back in session. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than, I'm going to hold a hearing right now, the judge said. After ambling to his seat in the witness box, the former president, wearing a navy suit and a royal blue tie, identified himself as Donald John Trump, New York, Trump Organization. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. Engoron then asked Trump who he had been referring to, and Trump said, "You and Cohen." He then asked Trump whether he had described Greenfield as partisan at any stage. Trump replied that she was, maybe, unfair, and I think she's very biased against us, Trump testified. I think we made that clear. After answering several more questions, Trump denied he exclusively calls Cohen by his name and returned to his seat at the defense table. I find that the witness is not credible, Engoron told a stunned courtroom, noting Greenfield was sitting much closer to me. He fined Trump $10,000 over strenuous objections from Trump's lawyers, warning Trump, "Don't do it again, or it will be worse." Shortly after, the drama continued when Trump abruptly stormed out of the courtroom with his entourage after Engoron denied a request from his lawyers for a directed verdict, which would end the case. Trump's fraud trial is currently in its 4th week. In a pretrial ruling, Engoron found him and his associates liable for fraudulently inflating assets by billions between 2014 and 2021. They're fighting the remaining 6 claims, brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James, seeking $250 million and to permanently bar them from heading a New York company. Wednesday's sanctions came just days after Trump was fined $5,000 and threatened with jail time for violating the October 3 gag order when Engoron learned the inflammatory post was still on Trump's campaign website 17 days later. Upon learning of it, Engoron ordered Trump to delete it immediately. Posing the same question again Wednesday, this time with Trump in the room, Engoron asked why should there not be severe sanctions for this blatant, dangerous disobeyal of a clear court order? Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. The judge's concern over the dangers of Trump's words mirrors that of many presiding over his cases, who have faced death threats and expressed concern for jurors' safety. Engoron didn't mince his words with Trump after first learning of his latest diatribe Wednesday morning. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. I am very protective of my staff, Engoron said. I don't want anyone killed. Blank. New York Daily News reporter Tim Bach contributed to this story.